Hello, my name is Jake Coyago, and this is my Mars Rover project. I decided to name this project the Future Rover. This is my rover right here. So, I was heavily inspired by the new electric vehicles such as the Tesla Cybertruck and the Perseverance rover. If you go to my initial drawing, I made my chassis similar to the Tesla Cybertruck chassis. The reason being that its sleek and robust design I feel would perfectly fit the Mars environment. Moving on to the arm, I decided to make the arm extremely mobile as the old rover's arm did not seem to be very mobile. With this arm, it will be able to rotate 360 degrees and also has joints and bends so it can bend and grab any objects that are under the rover or on the side of it. It also contains a sliding feature which is inspired by the claw machine, as in it can extend and unextend and grab items from a distance. And the claw itself is heavily inspired by pliers, as pliers have a strong and hard grip without requiring the use of much force. Moving on to the mobility system, the mobility system was heavily inspired by the Perseverance rover, as its suspension will allow it to traverse the Mars rocky and sandy environment without much effort. Moving on to the wheels I noticed after doing some research that they were heavily damaged by the Mars environment, so I opted for thicker rims and a bigger diameter for the wheel, as it will reinforce the wheel and prevent future damage and make the rover last longer overall. Moving on to the generator, I decided to keep the generator, but except I will allow it to rotate 360 degrees to prevent dust accumulation, as solar panels have a huge problem with accumulating too much dust and not absorbing as much energy as the sun than when it initially arrives there. So the generator will be a better option for energy generation. Moving on to the motion studies. As you can see, the claw can bend down and grab, and even the claw itself can turn and grab any items that may be under it or at an awkward angle. As you can see with this motion study, it will be able to turn almost 360 degrees. Well, I decided to do back and forth, but it can turn at least 180 degrees in each direction and be able to grab anything on the side. So if it was on the side, it'd be able to bend down and grab an item that may not be there and prevent the rover from having to manually turn and waste more energy. So moving on to the power source, this rotation will prevent dust from accumulating from on the power source, and so it will be continuously be able to dissipate and absorb heat whenever necessary. Of course, without the problem of too much dust on it. Last but not least, we have the wheels. So the wheels can move fully 360 degrees, of course, forward and backward if need be. And with the ridges and rims, it will be able to traverse the Mars environment way better than the old rover was able to. Moving on to the fits. For the bolts connecting the wheel and the system, which would be right here, I used the transition fit K7/H6, as this fit will allow the wheel to be tightly and securely fit into the wheel, to ensure that the wheels will not loosen or be damaged by too much friction or other environmental factors. For the mobility system to the chassis would be right here. I decided to go for another transition fit, as similar to the wheel, it will allow for a safe and secure fit. For the arm base to the initial section of the arm, which would be this part, right here, I decided to use a sliding fit, as this will allow for the arm to be fully 360 degree rotation. For the connecting arm and bolts, I decided to use a transition fit, as we need a strong and accurate fit so the arm will not loosen or break apart due to any environmental conditions or strong winds, which would be these parts right here. Moving on to the extending part of the arm and claw rotation, I decided to use a sliding fit, As sliding fit will allow the actual arm to extend and unextend, and the cylinder right here, we use the sliding fit as it can allow the claw to rotate. And final part, for the base of the generator, I decided to use a free running fit, as the generator would experience high temperature changes and of course high temperatures in the Mars planet. So thank you very much.